Hey everyone! So it's William from the Madison Library District. Today we are going to be making little vibrating bristle bots. So come on in, I'll show you what we're going to be doing. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to do is I want to talk a little bit about electronics and circuits. Now this is one of my favorite things to talk about. These are so much fun. But I want to tell you just a little bit about how our bristle bot's going to work. And we're going to design it first and then we're going to build it. So our bristle bot, we have our little toothbrush bit. We have a battery. Now I've got 2 batteries, and we've got our little motor, and then we also have these little tiny lights. And finally, we've got some little glue dots. I've also got some scissors I'm going to be using, and also you're going to want some tape. So you'll be sure you need to provide the scissors and tape from home, but all of this should be in your kit. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start by designing our bot's circuit. Now, a circuit is a fancy word for the path the electricity is going to travel. You guys are all used to seeing a battery. Looks something like this. Now batteries do look a little bit different. They're small and squished, but they work the same way as the batteries that look like this. And on all your batteries, you have a little plus sign. And then you have a minus sign. Okay? Now, when electricity travels, it is going to go from the plus around in a circle to the minus, but we have to give it something to travel through. Now, you can just use a wire, but you don't want to do that because we want our circuit to do something. A wire's not going to be very exciting. So instead, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a little, and I'm going to write an M. This is a motor. So that's what this little bit is. So this is our motor. And what's going to happen when we hook these wires on the motor to the battery is it's going to start moving. And so the electricity is going to go, and it flows like this till it gets to the negative side. Okay? So simply by hooking up our battery to our motor, you can see it vibrating there. It's kind of fun. Now, we also have some lights we want to do. And what we're going to do for the lights is we're going to take them, and we're also going to connect them to the battery. So we're going to take our lights, and I'm going to draw, now these are going to be kind of a funny little symbol, but they are a triangle with a line. And the reason they are a triangle with a line for our lights, and then I'm going to put a little arrow to show they're glowing, is because these only work in the direction the arrow is pointing. Which means if you turn it backwards so that the arrow is going the other way, if it went like this, it won't work. Your battery has to be connected, the positive, to the triangle. Now, if you look, your little lights have a long lead and a short lead. The long lead needs to be connected to the positive, the plus sign, where the short lead needs to be connected to the negative. When we connect it, it lights up. There we go. So now, what we got is we have our motor connected, and our electricity is also going to go this way and then come back in. I'm going to put a little circle there, a little circle there. So that's all connected. So we have our battery and our light both connected. Now, that is how the circuit is going to look, which means you're going to have your motor connected to your battery, just like I demonstrated before, and your light at the same time. So it'll look something like this. You can see the light and you can see the motor. Now, obviously, if we just put it and hold it like that, it's not very cool. So let's go ahead and push this off to the side, bring all our stuff over here, and let's go ahead and actually put it on our bristle and make our vibrating bristle bot. Now, the trouble with our bristles right now is they're too long. This stands too high, and the moment it starts vibrating, it just falls over. So we're going to have to actually make it shorter. So we're going to cut off some of the bristles. I'm going to make mine really short. And what this is doing is it's actually lowering the center of gravity. If you ever feel like you're going to fall over, then you just get down as low as possible to the ground, and you're less likely to fall over. It's called lowering your center of gravity. So, I'm going to go ahead. Oop. I've got a big mess I've made. Oh, got to clip off some more bristles here. Okay. So now mine is really low to the ground. So, we're going to put that right there. And the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to attach our motor and our battery using these little glue dots. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the blue lead on our motor, and we're going to take our little glue dot. Ooh, come here. And we're just going to stick that on the wire. Now you have to make sure it's on the exposed wire, the metal part, because if it's on the blue part, it won't actually connect to the battery. I'm just going to stick that right there on the bottom. Okay? And then I can take my battery now with the glue dot, and I can stick it. I'm going to stick it back here on the back. So, okay, my thing's not very sticky, so here's what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to use two of these little things. And just stick that right there. There we go. Now you want to try to make sure that's nice and centered, so that way it all lines up nice and neat. Ooh. Okay. Then I'm just going to take another one of these little glue dots. And I'm just going to stick it on the motor. And then from the motor, I'm going to stick the motor right there. So now we've got it all set to go, because all I have to do is, if I touch this, you'll feel your thing start to vibrate. Okay, but we're not done yet. We still have to add our light. Now, and the easiest way to add the light is actually if you just kind of pinch these things shut, it will actually just clip on, and then when you want the light to go off, you just pull that little light off. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to take just a little bit of tape. Now the reason we're using tape and not another glue dot is because the tape can easily come off, the glue dots not so much. But we're going to take our red lead. Uh-oh, it wants to fall apart. Come on. We'll set the light aside. We're going to take our red lead and we're going to put the tape there. And that way we have kind of an on-off switch, because we can just take the wire, and by attaching the wire to the battery, it completes the circuit, giving our electricity a path to travel. So let's squish everything together. Let's go ahead and put our light on. I'll go ahead and move this over here so you can see. And there we go. Our little bristle bot is on the move. There he goes. And if you just give him a little tap, uh-oh, fell off. Give him a little tap, he'll start moving in a new direction. Alright, my light keeps falling off. But there you guys go. Hopefully you enjoyed making our bristle bots, and we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.